It's Raven, your GS.
Joe, one third of the cyber nerds.
We are live. I'm Mr. Blitztech.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
I'm Joe, one third of the cyber nerds.
And welcome to the Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker review. Let's take a moment of silence for the Skywalkers. This is a spoiler review. Let's go.
Firstly, before we get to that,
I already knew he was going to do that.
road to 100,000 subscribers.
There you go. Skywalkers.
Do the thing. Just hit the subscribe button. I don't want to spend much time on this. Press the subscribe button. Please.
Rise.
I thought he was going to
Palpatine dies.
There we go.
Leia dies.
Go on.
Who else dies?
Chewie. Oh, wait. No, you don't.
Ben Solo dies.
Oh, God.
Yeah! It's bad. Oh yeah, the whole theory of
Pride dies.
what's it
Who?
called?
Who?
Rilo comes
To fruition.
Comes-
No. You man, calm down firstly.
it comes to
You
life.
man ain't
It
Team
comes-
Rilo.
I never claimed I'm
I
team
know,
Rilo. I'm just saying I'm putting this spoiler out there. I'm not claiming that.
Where are we starting? Let's just get that.
Where we starting? Well, where I would like to start is congratulating and thank you to the team for delivering us this movie. It bangs. It's everything. Personally, because I know some of you men out there crying. Oh, Ben Solo died. Nah. Shut your mouth. Because you know what, yeah? Like, you might, like, Lucasfilm, yeah? Like, you got, like, hit me up and be like, yo, this is where the bug is. Like, is it the sofa? Like, is it in the lights? Let me know. Because man's been talking about tapping into the Force for so long, fam. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things that I had so much problem with. And you came with the Force. You know what I'm saying? So, like, thank you. Just thank you, innit? Like, because you did a lot for this movie.
I'm going to back you on that, yeah? This movie is peppered differently than every other Star Wars movie, yeah? These man get so much deeper into the Force. Not even just the Force, the dark side of the Force, more than in any other movie. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this was, at times, I was like, raw. This is Clone Wars deep Force stuff we're going into. And do you know what, yeah? I've not watched no reviews or anything else. Like, I ain't even really seen anything about the movie on social. But if the general public don't like this movie, I will understand. Because we go ultra Star Warsy in here, fam. Like, deep Star Warsy. Like, at times I was shocked. Like, is this where we're at?
Brother.
We're in the unknown regions, yeah?
Brother.
With a resurrected Palpatine.
Brother.
With the ghost of the Sith army. Like Palpatine's dark side
Fam.
followers. Like, is this where we're at?
This is exactly where we are.
We went deeper than holocrons. We went to Sith Path. I ain't even know.
Man,
I ain't never heard of one of them, bro. But this is where we're going. Like, do you know what? Yeah. So I appreciate you, man, for peppering it to that deep level. Because I know some of that stuff is just gonna go over people's heads, and they're just gonna be like, "What's this? What is?" And it's like, guys, I don't blame you. I understand, but I appreciate like you, man, for making a film, which I feel like is this movie is for Star Wars fans, bruv. Like, it's for us, bruv. Like, it's for no one else. It's for no one else. It's for us.
Did you clock what he just did?
What?
He did
Anyway,
Alright, cool.
but I didn't even go to.
No, let's go to Sam just
Alright,
to
cool.
get his feelings out of the way, and then we're gonna kind of like.
Alright, cool.
This is
Cool.
all
What you
mad.
said.
For me, I did enjoy the movie. I think it's a very good movie. Again, like you're saying, it is for the Star Wars fan. This is very heavy fan service, isn't it? On many deep levels. I also feel some characters had a good arc. Some characters didn't have a really finished arc, so to speak. Like Kylo Ren, like from the beginning, I was like, I'm not really feeling. But here, I'm like, oh snap! I think Kylo Ren had the best arc in the trilogy.
Can I go on?
And then this is what's so weird because the connection between Kylo Ren and Rey also was a good arc too. However, I don't feel like Rey had a good arc.
See, and this is why I tried to stop you, because I don't want you to start getting onto other characters.
No,
Like, if we're
fair.
going on Kylo Ren, let's start with Kylo Ren.
I was just gonna be like, those arcs are good. The sub characters or
Don't
Cole?
take it. Let's stay on Kylo.
Oh,
Let's
I was
talk
gonna
about Kylo. You're trying to go other.
No,
Let's stay with
I'm
Kylo.
just doing the levels and just doing the levels, like I say, like obviously from a Star Wars movie, the aesthetics, everything, all pleasing. I'm glad the fights came through in it. You had the space battles, beginning, the ending. Those ones were mad. You had the lightsaber battles. I was like, they were a bit missing throughout this trilogy. Here, they came through. I was like, finally, even the ones between Rey and Kylo, within the connection they've got, and then the ones where they met physically, I was like, raw, these guys are doing this here. Alright, that's really good, but like I say, the arcs,
Cool, go on.
but yeah, go on.
Just with Kylo Ren, yeah, I've been saying this since the beginning. Like, Episode 7 is my least. Just for anyone who's new and don't know, Episode 7 is my least favorite of the trilogy. I love Episode 8, and I think I'm gonna like. I feel I'm gonna wait till it's on Blu-ray, because we got that rule: you don't rank a movie until it's out on Blu-ray. You've had times again, but I think this one's gonna. I like this one more than Episode 8. Yeah.
And what about
What?
in order of?
No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. I'm just talking about this trilogy
Just
right
this
now. I'm talking
trilogy?
about this
Okay.
trilogy right now. Episode 9, to me, I feel like it's going to be my favourite one, yeah? Now, with Kylo Ren, I've been saying it, even in the movie I didn't like. He's the best character.
Right.
He's always been the best character. He's had the best arc. And the thing is, all of people's, I don't like this about him. I don't like that about him. Someone out there is going to say, oh, they made it all come together in Episode 9. I don't believe that. I think it's been there. You've just not been wanting to read the story.
He's not been at the forefront for
no,
me.
he's been at the... Bro, him and Rey are the main characters. They've always been the main characters. And for me, even more so, in my eyes, he's the main character of the trilogy because he's the Skywalker. Do you know what I'm saying? So, with him, I'm just like, bro, this stuff's been here. But they peppered it the way it just needed to be peppered. And there's issues I've had with Kylo's character that... Like, him not put... I've been saying this from time. He should have pulled the trigger on his mum. Yeah? But... No, he shouldn't. And that's me projecting Joe onto Kylo. Like, bruv, you kill your dad, kill your mum. And that's me wanting him to go full. Yeah, that's me wanting him to be Vader. That's me wanting to be Vader. But what these men do is show you that, yo, this dude is this dude.
Yeah.
He's Kylo Ren. He's Ben Solo. Like, so yeah, he did get the best arc, but I think he's had the best arc. Like, no arc in his trilogies ever even been close to his fam. Like,
One thing I'm very pleased with him, yeah, which is what before we went to cinema, we kind of sat down and watched Episode 8, and I was like, the only way you can redeem this dude, and even these 2 episodes for me, is with this one, you make each episode great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had this conversation, and from the get-go, I see Kylo moving. I said, I was spazzing out. I was like, and I'm so happy that he just came through to the guy that I always wanted to be, and I can now relate to him, you know what I'm saying? But this also plays into the fact that we're just here watching. These men have a plan. This is one of the things I was like, yo, I really hope they have a plan. And obviously, you guys have a plan, and you're just like, we're just gonna give you guys this, and that. And this is exactly what we want to make you guys feel. And, bruv, that triggers emotions, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, 2 weeks ago, man's watching this movie and I'm just like, I'm raging. I'm trying to understand, but it's not there. But then, boom, like, at the same time, I'm conscious of how these men move, like, at Lucas, innit? Like, so, I'm so happy you did that, and I'm really, really happy for Kylo, man, because now, like, yeah, like, best arc, like, bro, probably ever, like, in every Star Wars movie, like,
this brother like, here, fam.
Bruv,
go on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because this movie, and there's a reason why I asked you, like, oh, have you even thought about other episodes?
I can't.
Because to me, yeah, because remember, I've been talking about this Force stuff for a time, because I'm so deep in the book shit, and I'm so passionate about Force and understanding it, and how, like, it's not about, like, being good at evil. It's just a balance thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Force will move here, the Force will move there. Like, sometimes it's on a Jedi on the rise, sometimes it's on a Sith. But bruv, when it push come to shove, yeah, nah, it's a balance thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just love this character and how he just came through, fam.
Next thing, I don't know if I've said this in videos, but I didn't want Kylo Ren to be redeemed. I never wanted him to be redeemed. I thought it was a cop-out and it would be a copy of the whole Vader thing.
thing.
But they did it, and it works, and it makes sense. And I don't even believe he was redeemed. He was not redeemed.
Bro.
Kylo Ren was defeated and killed in the movie.
Now, let me ask you something
Go on.
on the back of that, yeah? Now, based on what you just watched now
Yeah.
and everything of the Force,
Yeah.
do you think Vader was redeemed? Or it's just part of how the path goes, fam?
I mean, to me, Vader was never redeemed. I'm not one of the, I don't think Vader was redeemed. I feel like Vader just picked to save his son. Like in that scenario, he just looked after his youth. Do you know what I'm saying?
And he goes back to the whole arc of the family. Like, man's just trying to save the family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
but that's what I'm saying. I say redeemed because that's how the
That's
general
what
public
wanted.
see it as, oh, that was a redemption. For me, man like Vader, man like Kylo Ren, them characters can't get redeemed. Them characters die. And this is what happened. Kylo Ren, in that moment, which was done beautifully, the connection between Leia that you man have been peppering through the 3 movies
That man wasn't even
came through to be the defeat of
right.
Kylo Ren. And I thought that thing was perfectly done, fam. Like, alright, Leia's like, I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself. Like, I've got to use my force to kill the darkness in Kylo. And they both go out together. There's not
Bruv,
pepper.
Nah,
that is pepper, bro.
This is
That
spice.
is pepper,
It's
bro.
spice, fam. It's spice.
Nah, bro.
It's
Keep
spice.
Poe away from
It's spice, fam. It's spice, innit? Like, you know that spice that thing been running this whole time? That's the spice the man's been getting in here. You see me?
That there, bruv, touched man in a way like that made me like feel even better about Leia. Like, I don't have nothing against her, but I loved her more in that moment. Like, the sacrifice she just made for the whole team.
Guys, yeah. Listen,
Madness. Madness.
I don't even know if this was in the works, like right from the beginning of when you guys sat down for episode 8. But
it don't matter.
It don't matter. But like this service you've done like that, we all love Leia. But then obviously with the passing of Carrie Fisher, like, bro, it's
peppered.
It's on a scale of, you know what I'm saying, 1,000, fam. And I just loved how you just now even when she was like, there was one part where she was like, yes, master. I was like, master? I was like, am I missing something here or something? But then you come back and you show us that, yes, she did have the training. Yes, and that kind of explains it, the whole thing when she gets blown out and that people
Mary
are
Poppins.
raging, fam. Like the whole Mary Poppins stuff. Shut your mouth. Listen, yeah, like to all the listen, and this even to myself, yeah, fam. When it comes to Star Wars, yeah, these men are in there peppering. Listen, it's not any Jim and Bob that's just gonna come in and run the project, fam. Like these people are in there, and not just them, yeah. They have the supporting foundation of Lucasfilm in there, whispering to man, this. That, like, no, this is the history. This is what, and this is what you can pepper in, and this is what you can do. This is what you can't do. And while we're over here just getting episodes by episode, and we have to wait like every other 2 years, yeah, fam.
Them man know.
Them man know.
Them man know. Them man know. We might have to do a T-shirt that says "Them man know."
Bruv.
Like, you man shut your mouth. Them man know. Get me?
Straight up.
It's mad. Like, I want to transition. Wait,
I want to see what
you said about Kylo. Yeah, this Kylo turn. No,
I was just gonna be a scene.
no, I'm not saying that. But he started us off with Kylo. I wanted us to transition then into Rey. That's what he brought up next.
Okay, cool.
Get me? So, Rey, like, I don't love the character of Rey. I think she's cool. She's alright. Get me? But I feel like in this episode, her purpose is finally revealed to us. Do you know what I'm saying?
So many questions answered. Like so many.
And the thing is, I've been one of the biggest people saying from the beginning, her parents are not important. They don't need to be anyone, and they are not important. They still like someone. And the thing is, it's mad because when I think about this stuff, all I think about is like the people on the internet who are going to be saying all this crazy stuff. Like, well, why did her parents are important? No, they're not. Her parents aren't important. Her parents were nobodies. The same way Kylo said it at 8 is the same thing here.
Yep.
Her granddad is someone. The same way Kylo's granddad is someone.
They could have been someone.
They could have been,
but they're not.
They could have said, my dad's the emperor. I'm on the throne. I'm next in line. I'm chilling. But they said, no, we're busting case. We're not going to be part of this. We're nobodies. They're nobodies, fam. Do you get what I'm saying? And I felt like that. I thought that was sick. Her knowing what had really happened, I thought was sick as well. And Kylo being like, yo, you're playing mind games with yourself. Like, you know who you are. Like, you know.
Bruv,
You know, as a for a purpose was sick.
You know what I love so much, and this is something that we've touched on before, like her rage. Because it was like, yo, fam,
She's got to be dark side.
her anger, it's got to be dark side, fam. And that is explained here, bruv. Like, yo, Palpatine. I don't even want to go into this brother Palpatine, but we're going to get there, innit?
Bloodline.
And it just shows. And another thing is how this whole time, even when she's training, rage. Like, oh, I can't get something. Rage. If I'm fighting Kylo Ren, rage. Even when Kylo Ren was almost about to kill her, obviously Leia does her move, bruv. She snatches the thing off, man, and kills him. Off rage. But guess what? Because when she feels the force through Leia, because she passes away, she does not make the same mistakes when Palpatine is like, strike me down. Bruv, you guys got the spice. There's layers to this. There's layers to this. Like, they're not making moves just to make it. No, like, the path has been there. And if you understand exactly what these characters are going through and the decisions they're making and why they're making these decisions, it's mad. It is mad. Now, there's another thing. Oh my God, you man winning. So, the healing stuff, yeah, which wasn't something really like Jedi, but like Jedi Masters, I think, what's his name? Cypher Diaz Master. Someone jump in the comment section below and write her name down. She taught like one of them, man, and you man peppered it in the movie. And you know what? She has the books. It's in the books. And why she just
This is what bangs.
Bruv,
This
like,
is what
the
bangs.
2 seconds you just see her with the books here,
bangs.
and it's in the books,
This
fam.
is what
and it's
bangs.
in the history, and it's been there this whole
Don't
time.
say episode 8 got erased.
Who said that?
This movie,
A lot of people, bruv.
This movie makes episode 8 so much better, bruv. So more crucial to like life, bruv. Do you know? Yeah. When it started and she was floating in the air, I was like, that's mad. But it's not mad because she's had time to train. The last time we saw Luke,
who's training her?
The last time we saw Luke, what was Luke doing?
Floating too, like
He was floating in the air.
with the-
Floating in the air. Get me? Right before he died, he was floating. So it makes sense that like that's just the thing she does. Also, she's being trained by Leia. Like she got trained by Luke and Leia. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that combination like puts her on some next level, and she's got the ancient Jedi text, bruv. Like she's got every trick in the book. So when she done the healing thing, first I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, this makes so much sense. And then that to be peppered all the way through the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, raw. If Rey can do it, Kylo can do it. Because of the... I've been talking about this connection since episode 7. The connection is just... Bruv, and I love that their connection, yeah, was just the driving force of this movie. And when you go back and watch all 3, it's the driving force of the trilogy. Kylo tries to mind rape her. She mind rapes back. Next movie, they say... Snoke says, oh, I made the... No, he didn't, fam. You, man, started that connection there. Palpatine, or through Snoke, is putting Duracell batteries in the thing, and it's getting deeper and deeper. But then, them two are working on it together. All through episode 8, Skype calling. Bruv, that's when they was at peak enemy level. At peak enemy level, they're on up to... sitting down, having a kumbaya meeting, reaching out to each other's hands, bruv. It's there. And here they do it, fam. And they do it.
It's mad, bruv. It's mad.
It's the best. And even when Palpatine says, this type of bond between 2 Force users hasn't been seen in generations, I said, I didn't know how to act, fam.
Bruv.
Because it just makes sense.
Bruv.
But was that generation Luke and Leia though?
No.
Oh,
like,
their
before
brother
them.
and sister. Generation. We ain't seen this.
You ain't seen
we
this,
ain't
bruv.
seen this,
You
bruv.
might see. It might be in the books. It might be in the books.
We ain't seen. No, we
Like,
ain't seen
you
it.
ain't seen
Someone
it,
put it down there if we've
Like,
seen it.
like-
But in my eyes, we've not seen it, bruv. It's something new. It's something that like we ain't seen. It's just that's it, bruv. And then listen, I'm gonna get very spicy here, innit? I'm getting very spicy. I know they said this is the end of the Skywalker saga, yeah, but I don't believe them. And you know how it can continue. Rey's pregnant with Kylo's child.
I thought about that. I thought if they do
Oh,
an Anakin
Mary.
thing, if they
No,
do an Anakin
so
thing, because of that
when,
connection.
When man picked her up, yeah, I was like, why does the healing thing not just kick in straight away? why is it when he puts his hand like on her like womb
And his hair,
and then it starts?
And his hair,
and I was just like, look, they might have just been like, look, we're gonna leave that door open, cracked for a man like Joe because we know what Joe's gonna come through with the theories, fam. But it would just make sense. And then I was thinking back to Anakin. Yeah. Who's Anakin's father? Oh, yeah, I just got pregnant on my own.
Nah, fam.
It's the Force, bro. And they've got that connection. Kylo gives his life to save Rey, or he just gives her his life. And his life grows inside of her.
I think that's purposely left there, like in the future. Innit?
And
Like, even when she goes back home, fam.
Fam, we watched episode 8, and what did I say, fam? If these two had a youth, yeah, it would be a mad thing, bruv. Imagine we just come back. I don't know. Look, I'm going too deep. 10 years from now, there's just like four new Skywalkers, bruv. We're there. Because, bruv, there's got to be balance. The balance has got to be there.
Quadruplets, yeah.
Fam, no. They obviously like two twins and then one older, one younger. Like 4 kids, but twins in there as well. You get me? Cool. Like, fam, you know, bruv, I'm all about it. Mad.
Like going back to you mentioning Leia, yeah, fam. When she was training her, I was like, you know what, yeah, you know the title of episode 8, The Last Jedi. It's Leia, fam. See. All this time, man is thinking it's Rey. It's Leia. She's the last Jedi, fam. I said, I was losing it.
Do you know why that's sick, yeah? Because in my eyes, Rey does not become a Jedi until this movie.
Exactly.
Until this movie. Yeah, she's got the books. She's running around with a lightsaber. But what does she say at the beginning of the movie? Oh, one day I'll be worthy of your brother's lightsaber. Because she's not a Jedi, fam. She's not a Jedi yet. And the Rise of Skywalker, in my eyes, it's either the baby or it's Ben. Even that's not Rey saying at the end she's a Skywalker. I don't think that's the rise of Skywalker. I think the rise is Kylo Ren dying and Ben Solo, the last Skywalker, rising up, fam, crawling out of the hole, fam. Bro, like,
but even within the context of rising the Skywalker is with the war as well, like overcoming this particular war, that like battle they've been struggling for so long. You know what I'm saying? That kind of started with the debacle of the Skywalker in the first place. So it's just like, started with, man, boom, ending, bruv. It's my. What else is there, man, bro?
We're gonna get Sam. What you got for us?
Boy, you guys cover so much ground.
I know, but you leave.
I'm sorry. That's why I'm trying to get him in before, because otherwise, man's gonna be here forever, bro.
You did too much. I'm gonna have to come back because now my thoughts are still all over the gas still, but.
Do you want to do? I don't want to get to Palpatine yet.
No. He's the last one.
Not Poe. Finn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now I've got a theory. All right. Obviously, so we already spoke about. All right. Finn's force sensitive. Yeah. He can feel the force. He can feel it. He can feel certain things in his emotions. Yeah.
I feel he's kind of like Maz. I feel like he's like Maz, innit?
You can feel the force.
I can feel the force. I've been around it, and obviously he's been around it. So yeah.
I'm coming with more mad theories, yeah? So obviously, Jana's character.
Yeah.
She was like, our whole platoon was told to shoot on civilians and didn't. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying they're about to be Jedis, yeah? But she said she had that feeling, and they all had that feeling. The First Order have been rapping kids from day, yeah? Some of these kids have got to be force sensitive, whether they know it or not. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? So for them to say they all had that feeling, I feel like all of them are kind of like Finn as well. Like, they all shared that feeling because there's bare of them that did shoot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, go on.
Well, that comes back to the theory. Who's selecting the First Order, though? Who's going out getting these kids? They
were taking kids from everywhere. They even saying this, the First Order came to our town and just took all the kids. Like, so in my mind, they're just raiding them all.
But this is my theory. So if it's Palpatine pulling the strings behind getting the kids for the First Order or the Final Order, then wouldn't he know that they're force sensitive to be doing that way? No, because
he's not dealing with that. He's
doing the Final Order.
Shadows, doing the Final Order.
But he's still putting the strings over with Snoke. So wouldn't Snoke be telling these guys to go to this village and get these kids?
But here's the thing with Palpatine. Like, he just manipulates things, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if you go back to when he died, prior to his death, he already had set a plan in motion for his death. You know what I'm saying? Contingency plan. So, upon that, the people that were in order, even the Pride, like, he was from early back days.
Yeah, he said,
you know what I'm saying?
following for time.
Exactly. And he could have just been one of them things like, listen, if you keep your head up and you do what you're told,
Little grooming back there.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can grow to be someone, you know, your own bridge and stuff like that. So with that, those people, they're just running on orders and just do the best they can. Oh, Master said that we should recruit to build up this thing. Cool, that's what we're gonna do. These people that are running, they're not force sensitive. They're just doing the bidding.
Yeah, but I just think if you're just stealing all the kids, bro, 20% of them kids or 7% of them kids are gonna have some sort of force ability, and it's not even. I'm not saying to the level of a Jedi or something, but like in Looper, where you know where they can just lift the coin up. Some people in the universe, like Broom Kid, like they've just like Broom Kid's even advanced, I would say. But these man, just to be able to feel the force and have a connected feeling, like that to me is like, yeah, bro, they're man are in it.
See, going back to that, when they were in what's the planet's name with where the kids are at?
Which one?
The one that's in episode 8, the one with the Broom Kid.
Canto Bite.
When they in Canto Bite, bruv, all them kids could have been ransacked as well and just be like, oh, you should have grabbed these lot and put it here and just slaves and just do whatever. Like, that's just what it is, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, it's a continuous thing, innit? But
I'm glad Finn just had way more to do in this.
Yeah.
I love that they continue his relationship with Rey, which in my mind I feel like is like this brother-sister relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like these two like really care about each other, like, and really just want everyone to be like, they want each other to be safe, innit? Like when man runs to her in a Death Star, she pushes man back, like look, stay out of this. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like there's love there. Like I'm doing this in love. Like move. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just loved it. I loved it.
So, what do you think he wanted to say to her when they were sinking through the sand?
Either that he's force sensitive. I think he wants to tell her he's force sensitive.
Force sensitive.
That's what I think. Something like that, or that he loves her.
No.
But I don't think. I feel like they did that to just to throw
mess,
something out there. But I wouldn't like it for it to be a romantic thing between them.
Right.
I think for me it can't be a romantic thing because in my mind, like it's her and Kylo. Do you know what I'm saying? But then obviously that doesn't mean that he can't have those feelings for her. But at the same time, I still think there's no need.
I mean, you go back to Luke, Leia, and Han. You kind of had that little thing right at the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know,
but that wasn't. I don't know. For me, that wasn't the triangle header. For me, the triangle was Rey, Poe, and Finn.
Yeah.
Right.
See, but not a relationship triangle, like a friendship triangle,
Exactly.
like. Oh, we're keeping it.
But even Poe's throwing shade. What? Oh, so when Poe's not
no,
here,
but that's the banter of it. Like,
we're all friends. Yeah. We're trying to be alone.
Yeah. So, what? So you told Sam, but you didn't tell Ray. Like that kind of. See, that's what their dynamic for me. Their dynamic, because that's why I say it's like a brother sister. I feel like if you throw Poe in there as well, he came kind of late to the party of it, but it's like a two brothers and a sister, like that kind of relationship for me. Like,
you know what? Speaking of Finn, yeah. I think it's only fair to give a shout out to Disney and the Mandem, yeah, because I have never seen two, and obviously some of you guys might not relate, but to us, trust me, it's a big deal for us. I have never seen two black characters on Star Wars going back to back. I'm talking about Finn and Jano, innit?
They went hard.
That scene, yeah,
they went hard.
That does a lot for kids like us, innit? Like, who just see characters holding a certain high position, doing something important. Fam, thank you for that, because even that's it, bruv. That's sick, fam.
That's peppered, and then even throwing in Lando, do you know what I'm saying? Showing like the older generation, like not saying that you man weren't doing it back then because Lando was in the movies, but bringing man back to be, you know, I'm part of that, and even the hint of Lando and Jana potentially doing a thing together.
Yeah. Like, let's find out.
Hey, is this what we did?
I just loved it, man. You know what I'm saying? Who's next? Who's next in line?
Alright, Sam, so who do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Poe, innit? Because, like for me, I feel like he kind of stagnated throughout the trilogy. Like, it was in episode 8 where he was meant to take command of the whole fleet or whatever.
No, he wasn't.
Well, that's something he wasn't.
He wanted to,
but he wasn't ready at that time, right?
And
they were like, all right, we're not going to let you because you're a bit reckless, I was like, all right, cool. So when it comes to here, and he had to be the acting commander with Finn, I was like, that man's going to step up. He's the one that takes a risk. He's the one that's bold. He knows what, in his mind's eye, he knows what to do. But when it comes to the actual situation, he reverts back. I'm like,
what do you mean reverse back to?
To episode 8, where it's like, oh, like I'm in front, and again I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because it's like, like people aren't coming. Like and then it seems like, since his plan hasn't come to fruition, like man's just like stuck. Well, that's the thing. Like when I see him in his X-wing and he's got a plan, no matter how risky it is or what the situation was, man will come through. And that's I don't know why I relate him to Captain America. Like even though he's not the front runner or leader of a thing, but when he's that was to be that guy, I feel like in this movie now's that time where the growth would have been there because he was in the backseat in episode 8 and was like, I want to be acting commander. But then they were like, no, you're not ready. You're too risky. So when he saw that situation then, and he was like, there now, he would have been like, even though he saw I'm not in the situation. Obviously, it's frightening and stuff. Mm-hmm. But when he saw his friends dropping, no one's coming for you. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna be that guy.
To kind of like.
No matter what, keep pushing that, guys. Yeah, we're falling out the skies, but you know what? We're gonna keep going. But then when he was like, we're gonna like, he just felt like he could see it. We're gonna lose until he saw everyone come from like, no, it's for me. I feel like when he's by himself, when he's got a plan, no matter how stupid it looks, man will not falter in it. But when he's with a team and they're faltering,
that comes with a cost.
I know.
Come on.
I was like, man, still shouldn't have faltered, but go on.
Alright, so okay, I don't love Poe's whole arc through the whole 3 movies, but I understand his character. You're 100% right. One man in an X-wing, Poe is unstoppable. He's the greatest, fam. Yeah? But then, there is growth or change in his character arc because, think about it, yeah? Number 1, episode 7, it's just solo, man, them, I'm out here doing the thing. Episode 8, the beginning of the movie, he gets his solo mission, does the solo mission. Then, gets a fleet, sacrifices the whole fleet. The whole fleet gets murdered. Do you get me? Then, the growth happens where it's like, bruv, he thought he was ready, but he wasn't, bruv, because he didn't at that time understand the cost of life. These men are dying, and he's just like, oh, it's just a shit gone. But in this one, that is the change, that he understands the cost of life. He understands that, if I go out here with these men, they are dying. Like, these are lives, bruv. Like, and I think that's his hesitation. Like, he's got a plan, and yeah, he thinks the plan's gonna work, but he doesn't want to be sacrificing the people as, you know what I'm saying, as well. Like, he don't want to make the same mistake he made at the beginning of episode 8. So, I thought it was cool. I didn't like, he does verbalize his insecurities to a dead Leia, which in my mind is okay for Poe, because he would never verbalize his insecurities to a real person, because that's the kind of gun-ho, Top Gun dude he is. But Lando happens to walk in on man and pepper the thing like, yo, there's the confidence you need. You ain't got to be ready, you're ready. Like, peep that, like, you ain't got to be ready,
you got to get the right people around you that you've been excluding and beefing, clashing with since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Even when they come through, yo, why is my guy so angry? Oh, he's always angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, then he's like, Finn's trying to go after Rey, and he's like, no, we ain't got time for this. And he's like, yo, what, do you understand what she's like? Yeah, I do, so does Leia. Clearly you don't. You know what I'm saying, bruv? It's just realization. Then you got to come to the whole point of like, this is the final order, fam. Bruv,
this is the last
these
thing,
men just, bruv, they're not going against Kylo Ren, some you that's gonna come up the same way. He's gonna come up the same way. Rey, Finn, everyone's, fam, this is the man who started this thing, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Before they were born, bruv. This is the thing that got his parents murked. Like, you gotta think about this
forced
thing,
you in a back garden,
bruv. What
happened?
You know what I'm saying? So now, fam, I've just learned that the man who's responsible is, and man seen Palpatine just what? Come on, bruv. That's gonna do science, man, bruv. And you seen ships flying. Flies,
but nothing that happened to Finn, though.
Bruv,
nothing that happened to Finn. And Finn's confident too. No, nothing shook him. Man was going to go on that thing and go out.
No. From day one, Finn has been ready to kill himself for the cause, fam. Because, bruv, you got to think about, Finn got taken from his family. I'm a stormtrooper because I have to be a stormtrooper. The first decision he made was ducking them. And since then, he's always been like, ride or die for the ting, fam. Like,
and I think as well, it's fair to point out that going back to, what's the planet where he had the team?
What plan?
The one with the where they took the android to the thing for the head, man, to get his memories.
Yeah, okay, what about it?
Like, even then, it just shows like, yo, the girl was mad at him. He clearly did something. So that's just who he's been this whole time, bruv, just growing up. So when he takes his own skills and he thinks he's the nicest, and he's just boss case and I'm part of the rebellion, fam, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm the nicest. I'm still gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, bruv, I think there's a mature growth and a steady growth thing in it where we can understand, bro, this is where you started. This is how you end, and this is who you're supposed to be.
But yeah, I mean, last thing I'll say that is some people aren't meant to lead alone, and I think Poe makes the right decision. When he becomes the leader, he says, "Look, I need you to do this with me, fam," because like there's certain man who would be like Poe and be like, "All right, cool, like I'm not ready, but I'm taking it anyway, fam." And he makes the smart choice, like, "Yo, me and Finn have got to do this together. We've been peppering the thing together. I can trust this brother. He's that other." Voice, my other voice, like,
and he's the dude who rescued him in the first place.
Get me? So, bro, I think Poe makes a lot of good decisions in this. But I'm just saying, over the 3 movies, I would say his arc is not my favorite from the main characters. But I really like Poe, man. I really like Poe. Poe.
Let's just go touch on Chewie just for a second. The fan service these man gave him. Because that's actually something that we've been
joking
about like for years.
Why give him that then? Like,
because you know
some consolation
prize. No, there isn't. You got to think about it. Yeah. So I think one is just, bro, we're closing this arc, and 2 is not just for Chewie but for Peter Hughes. Is that his correct name? Peter Mayhew. He passed away, fam. I think this was the greatest thing you could honor the guy who gave us this character that everybody loves, fam. You know what I'm saying? Bruv, it's a real thing. Plus,
what other thing is? Chewie the only survivor, fam.
What?
For them man from episode 6, so who else they gonna give the medal to? Right. Like, see what I'm saying? Like,
but didn't Leia have that in her hand when she was...
No, I think she had something else, you know. This, on our second viewing, we watched the movie twice. On the second one, I was like, is that the medal? But it wasn't. It was something else.
Was it something else?
It was something else, but I couldn't see what it was.
Was it the dice thing from...
No, the dice disappeared in Kylo's hands at the end.
It's not the dice.
But yeah, it was something else. But yeah, look, I want to speed run through just some of the other characters.
Go on.
Like, alright, cool. So, Luke Skywalker makes a little cameo. Thank you. Like, you did the thing. And shout out to JJ for making fun of episode 8, of certain things in episode 8 without being disrespectful. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I think Rian Johnson's decision to throw the lightsaber, the way it is done in episode 8 seems disrespectful. It seems disrespectful, and I think in this, they do the same thing, but how he comes back at man, I don't think is disrespectful, but I think it's playful banter, which I like, you get me? So I thought Luke's inclusion in it was good.
Everyone's inclusion. Harrison Ford coming back as Han Solo. I thought that was sick, man. And the man was like, I know what to do. And he's like, I know.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Whoa! Bars right there, you know. Man.
Do you know what I love about that? Cool. Yeah. Do you know what? The scene that gave me just a flashback to is it Batman vs Superman? Yeah. When Clark is gone to the North Pole. And Pa Kent shows up. Hey, your grandma made me a cake, and they had that talk, and like, man just puts that. There's nothing better than that father-son thing, bro.
That was crazy.
And just puts it on him, bro. And it's like,
when he touched his face, did it for me. I was like,
fun,
oh my God,
fun.
You imagine?
No, bro, it wasn't even that for me. When he said, Dad, and he says, I know.
That was sick. I was like,
I said, how do you convey so much with so little?
Yeah, it's mad, man.
I was done in, bruv. I was done in. So Harrison Ford, Pepper. What's it? Poe's girlfriend. I thought she was calm.
Oh, that was sick. I like that.
And I actually like the fact that we didn't get to see her face.
I
think that mystery is so good.
She went hard on that. I think General Price or Commander Price, I thought he was super legit.
Price is from
Rebels. Yeah. Pride was super sick, and I love that. I'm gonna let you go on.
No, his ending.
No, not the ending. Okay, all right. Hux. Let's talk about Hux real quick. Go on. Pepper this in quickly.
I just don't like Hux. I think Hux for me is just one of those characters that
no one likes.
I don't like that. I mean, I love the way he got killed. But But there's an inconsistent with this guy. Like watching the movie over and over. I think it's just me. Like it just gets on my nerves. Like the way you're trying to be. And the thing is, like watching episode 8, yeah. Guy gets put on his knees by Kylo. Like what? Supreme leader's dead. Shut up, bruv. Get on your knees, like. Then on this one, he's just like, oh. But towards the end of, even after he gets put on his knees, when Kylo's shouting orders, he's still trying to bark, fam. Mm-hmm. So where is this guy coming from now? You're all quiet and because
a lot gonna happen in the year.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I understand what you're saying about like when Kylo becomes the supreme leader, it's a wrap for Hux. Mm-hmm. But then Hux to the public is still the commander of the army.
Right.
So when Kylo is doing OD, I think it's cool that Hux is the one telling them, man, "Oh, you man, stop," and like trying to rein man in. But what happens directly after that scene? Kylo slaps man again. Then a year later, imagine a year of Kylo slapping up Hux. He's not killing him. He's abusing him because he still runs the army. It's his army, fam. Then
you know what?
It gets to the point in this movie where he don't even slap man.
He says, you know what? I'll give you that.
I will bust your head.
No, you know what? I'll give you that.
I will bust your ass.
After you said the whole year of that.
It's a whole year.
He did that. And he just...
And that's what you've got to think of. In that year of him slapping him up, then Hux is at yard like, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
I've got to do something. I'm going snitch. Mm-hmm. He gives up on it. He gives up on everything.
Domestic violence in the team.
Yeah, bro.
Did he basically get demoted as well?
Yes.
Yeah, he got demoted.
Bro, he gives up on everything and he's like, I'm ready to do anything to get Kylo Ren. If I'll snitch to you, man. I don't care. Bruv, he's done, bruv. He's been getting abused, bruv.
That's alright.
So that I just loved it. I loved it. It gets finished. I loved his demeanor in it. But I just loved all of it. I loved all of it.
I guess the first two, it just really annoys me, bro.
That's who he is, though. He's annoying.
It's just annoying, bro. And to me, it's just like, I don't know, he doesn't fit with me.
That's why when this guy comes through, and then opposite sides of the table when he goes, there's a spy among our ranks. The way they just look at each other was like,
did you see?
Flip.
When he says that, Kylo Ren looks straight at Hux.
Yeah.
The second time I was like, when he said, there's a spy in there, he looks straight at Hux. He's got the mask on, he looks straight at Hux. Then they pan, I said, Kylo knows. Kylo knows.
What did it do as well?
Kylo was reading man's mind the whole time. Yeah. Oh, you're unsettled by my mask.
No. I like it.
When I say man, he's got...
That's what I mean.
When I say owns him, he owns him.
Damn, bro.
Owns him.
Jesus.
Owns him.
Mad
thing. Yeah, but alright, let's get to Palpatine. I feel like we've gone through everyone else, fam.
No. C-3PO.
Best movie.
With Leia. When I saw the scene when she passes away and is at the end of the bed when she passes away, flashbacks to episode 4 when there's a message. Who's the first person when Luke sees? Leia with my guy. The last person we see Leia with, my guy. Guys, Spice. Thank you. Like, when this fan service on 1,000, like, thank you for that, because that, I felt that.
I don't know, like, I feel it's dirty when we say it's fan service. I feel like these man just followed through in the things that they set up. Bro.
It's not in the bad way. It's just that, look, here's the scene, like, and if you've been with us this long, when we show you this scene, you're gonna pick this up. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I'm saying fan service. It's not just because you're trying to do us a favor. No, it's just like, thank you for being here all these years. Here you go.
With C-3PO, I do think for me this was my favourite movie with C-3PO, and I feel like all his humour and the banter. I love actually how they peppered humour into it.
R2-D2 is the one I meant, not C-3PO. R2-D2 before you man coming. He wasn't.
It's too late. They
already
started. They're gonna come here and
be like, but I do love. I'm actually talking about C-3PO. I do love C-3PO in this movie. I feel like he finally gets a thing to do. Makes a sacrifice for the team, even though it gets reversed. It's all cool. He does lose some of his memory, but yeah, I thought all of that stuff was super legit. Now I want to get to Palpatine, and I've got. This is my only issue with the movie. I feel like it is right now. I know in the scroll it always talks about some events that we haven't seen, and I'm cool with that. But I didn't like the first line of the scroll where it says the dead talk. Do you know what I'm saying? And then it explains the Palpatine thing. Even though it explained the Palpatine broadcast, I would have liked us to hear the broadcast as well.
Right.
Like, they don't have to show us at the time when it happens, but just someone was playing the broadcast in the background, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, is this stuff real? Like, I feel like there should have been more of a conspiracy theory thing going on about whether this was real or not.
When that came about, I was like, man, like, obviously this is right here, boom, right at the beginning. But then I was like, this is exactly why they gave us, the announcement we're talking about? He was on the trailer. That's it, because I thought as well, like, raw. If I didn't see the trailer yet,
When's it in the trailer?
Like his voice. You know when his voice comes through?
Oh, okay. The laugh.
That's that.
Yeah, but no.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
If I didn't
they
watch,
let man know, yeah.
If I didn't watch the trailer and I just sat and like, what? Palpatine? What's going on?
Yeah.
But then
okay.
I remembered, like, that's what you guys did, and
yeah, I just thought we could have. I just wanted to hear it. Cool. But I hear what you're saying about they did warn us that Palpatine was back in the trailers, but I'm not including trailers as part of the thing. Like, just
plans. These men got a plan. It's a plan thing, bro.
But no, man, I thought that was legit. I don't even know what. Oh yeah, Palpatine. I don't know what to say, man. I felt like the way they brought him back was kind of perfect. He was destroyed, body still destroyed. He was strung up by machines. If you looked closely, you could see, like, it didn't even look like his head was actually connected to his body. Like, there was, like, pipes and stuff injecting him. Like, he was in the worst state ever. And the thing I love about that is this happens in Star Wars all the time, bruv. Man's arms are getting chopped off, legs are getting chopped off, man are getting chopped in half. Like, Maul gets chopped in half, they bring man back. Like, when you're in the dark side of the Force, bruv, they don't need much of you to bring you back. And then imagine what they're even saying, oh, it's like some mad cult. Like, Palpatine had so many followers and him himself had so many plans and schemes. It made sense, bruv. When I seen him, it's like, I wasn't even like, oh, this is dead. It was like, this is right. This makes sense. And then see him bare back to tanks with bare Snokes in there, like, oh, we've been trying to clone this, or make a Force sensitive brother for time, and it even makes sense to me why Snoke's body's all degraded, fam. Yeah, like he's a failed experiment. Even the one that gets out or that they send, he's a failed experiment, fam. Like,
it's mad. Yeah, and this is where it gets super peak for me, because, like, first things first, like, and this is just me just being so just loving the old Republic and stuff like that. So when we're talking about describing old Sith masters that's been around for 200 years, 500 years, bodies decaying, you're just using the Force to stay alive. When you see his body and the way he just comes with the machine, fam, perfect. Like, when he's talking about staying alive and the way of the Force that people can't even imagine, like, you don't even understand. You don't even. Darth Plagueis the Wise, fam. Like, just thank him. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. This is the kind of stuff I've been wanting, and you just delivered perfectly for me. So, music that goes with it. I need that score.
The scores are mad.
I need that score.
The score is a madness, bruv.
And having all the followers chanting, and every time he talks, there's a chant. Who
do you think you are?
Who do you think you are, fam?
Yeah, man.
Like, real, like, JJ. I wanted to remember the people behind
Chris Terrio
writing.
Chris Terrio.
Just thank you, man. Thank you for, because, like, I don't know about everybody else, but to me, this is what I've been wanting so much. Like, when we went in the temple, I was like, I know they went on Malachor. I know this can't be Malachor, innit? But I was in Malachor. Like, when Kylo just comes in and he's just walking through the thing, seeing the statues, we've never had this in a Star Wars movie, fam. In the temple, what? So, like, I'm gonna call. I know we still have to get the Blu-ray, but I'm gonna call it this number one for me. Like straight up.
What?
Like it's gonna pass Rogue One for me, bruv. This is what's all about for me, fam. Like being in there, bruv. Bruv, you're hearing the chants, bruv. You seen the machines, the way man's talking about, bruv. I'm trying to. I had mental notes, but now I'm forgetting because I'm so overwhelmed talking about this thing. Yeah, I'm just gibberish right now. But when he's talking about the Force and he's going back and forth, pulling strings, like
I just thought it was sick.
It's mad. It's mad.
Like Palpatine, it just makes sense that it starts and ends with Palpatine. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the whole thing they did with Snoke, I thought was good. Explaining it like Snoke was a puppet. Like I just love, man. I love everything about this. Fam.
Sorry, I'm just trying. I've just been trying to remember. Yeah, he's the guy who's like been trying to learn from failures, trying to learn from both sides, both Sith and Jedi. But when he gets Kylo and Rey, and he just makes a move, not expecting it, bruv. That just shows he's still learning, bruv. There's still parts of the Force that's not been sapped. And it's just
he didn't even know. He didn't even know.
What?
He didn't know that their bond could heal him. He didn't know that. Because if he did, that would have been his mission to get them through. But do you know what I feel like he's sick? Like, you guys might not pepper this, like, peep this, but he's still just being Palpatine this whole movie. He tells Kylo, go kill the girl. Yeah? Because what do you do if you're a Sith master, fam? You set your apprentices against each other. What does he say to her? Yo, you killed me. Like, if she swung that saber, she wouldn't have been no empress, fam. He would have transferred into her, fam. Like, and actually, like, no, he said my power will transfer. Yeah, he would have transferred.
But didn't he also say we will all become like one or whatever?
But he's still alive.
So wouldn't he become like the Empress Palpatine? But yeah, so the conscience of him will now be in her though.
See, I feel like when he was saying that,
he'll take over her.
That's what I was thinking more so. Like he was trying to body host the thing, but he was trying to sell it to her. Like, you'll be the. He says you'll be Emperor Palpatine. Nah, but
20 levels. Like, you want to save your friends? Then get rid of me. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, man.
You're still.
Chestnut.
See when I did the Yoda thing, yeah. The Yoda video, and I was telling you, man, about this man, and you, man, trying to shut your mouth, fam. Like, this man is a genius. And you, man, he's a genius, but even right now, he's still pulling strings. Like, God damn, strike me down. Go on, do it.
I love the ending, fam. Bro, I love that.
Best I've ever seen, bro.
It comes down to, like, yo, I'm all of the Sith, I'm all of the Jedi, and the only thing that could happen, the right thing that happens, they both die. There has to be balance. So the Sith die and the Jedi die. Get me? But luckily, Ben Solo is there, sacrifices himself to bring Rey back to life. You get me? Like,
and you know, and mentioning that, yeah. So mentioning that, like the balance and sacrifice. So at the end, when Rey lights up a saber and it's yellow, your Kyber goes with who you are.
Red.
So you
plus
have red.
What?
Was it green? Bruv, like
orange thing. Balance, bruv.
Like it's a balancing, bruv. And when he put, I said, I am so glad I just read Master and Apprentice. Cause that shit is in there. I was like, this, bruv. It's mad, bruv. It's mad. Like, it's everything, bruv. And I'm pretty sure there's stuff I missed, so I can't wait to listen. Yeah, it's Christmas time, so you know where we at cinemas watching this thing like every other day, fam. It's mad, like, look, energy drain, man. I'm done. Anyone else want to add anything to it? Like, this is the greatest movie ever, fam. I don't care what you tell me. Don't tell me nothing, bro.
The greatest movie.
Bro, the fleet. When he said, "Oh, I'll kill you right now. What can you give me?" Just rise from the. Bruv, have you ever seen a fleet like that, bruv? Like, when the man came through to rescue. It's bad, bruv. It's bad.
Let's talk about some favourite parts. I think my favourite part, is every connection, every Kylo and Rey talk. Listen, there's two parts I legitimately lost my mind. First time when Kylo snatches that necklace off Rey's neck. I just like the thing is, it's like, firstly, I didn't expect it, but secondly, it's just Kylo just speaks to man, bruv. Like he's like, give me that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And then but then the next time is when they do the lightsaber thing. When Rey's like, I should strike you down, but I'm gonna pass this over to Ben right now, so Ben can finish the Knights of Ren. I said, wow. And then, do you know what? Why Kylo's sick and JJ sick? Ben gets the lightsaber, looks at the cameras like. Like
he did the Bruce Lee. He did the Bruce Lee. Yeah.
He said, yeah, you man, it is what it is, fam. And finishes them guys. Shout out to him for bringing the Knights of Ren back. Do you know what? Yeah, you know what's crazy? I thought I was gonna be like, I thought I wanted the Knights of Ren to do bare stuff, but they did the perfect amount of stuff. They just showed that they referred to them as ghouls. Like, yeah, these are just like scummy dudes, bruv. Like, they're just scummy dudes. They hunt man down and then what? Oh, you turned on Palpatine. We're turning on you. And man finished them, bruv. And he, as the master, like, I have no qualms with him beating 6 of them at once. And throughout the whole movie, they show Kylo is the baddest with the lightsaber. Baddest. He can't be beat one-on-one. And now, this makes me feel better about episode 7 when I go back and I'm like, yo, Rey didn't beat, man. He was shot, he was wounded, he was dying, fam. She had every advantage and just swung the thing and caught, man. But in this movie, he beats her in lightsaber combat every time they fight. Every time she goes down to one knee, he has the opportunity to kill her. Doesn't do it. And I'm like, just thank you for putting that in, because in episode 8, if you just have 7 and 8, in that context, it looks like off bat, she's just better than man with a lightsaber. And that can't be true, because he's been trained by Luke. He's
been completed now.
He's been trained by Luke, he's been trained by this, been trained by that. In combat, in that lightsaber combat, he should be better, and he is. So, but
yeah, man,
I love it, man.
Obviously, besides the dark and Force stuff, which is my favorite, I don't think we've ever had a duel like we've had this with that long. So many scenes when it comes to, like, you know what's mad about Star Wars is that when you say Star Wars, the first thing you think is
lightsabers.
Lightsabers, Jedi's and Siths, right? Bro, we've never had scenes this long and these many scenes with the fighting, bro. These men just going at each other, stopping with the Force. When you stop with the Force and you see the Force pulling, no, not like this, fam. Not like this. Not like this, fam.
No.
Not like this.
I hear what you're saying, Sam, but I think what this series done, even with the little amount of lightsaber battles, is it takes the lightsaber fighting from the first trilogy and the prequels, puts them together to make, this is how lightsaber combat should be. So I understand Raven when he says, we've never had battles like this. Like, that Obi-Wan and Anakin fight is a dance.
Yeah, bro, no way.
They're doing madness. Bro, they're doing a madness. It's probably sick, but it's doing a madness part. The combat here, like, that fight on the Death Star, bro. But even just that jump,
crazy,
that one, Rey did one jump, and then Kylo does a jump, and just seeing them jump like that, where it doesn't look like they've actually got superpowers, it just looks like a little enhanced jump. That's so important, just to the power levels. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like
they're on the same fighting plane, so to speak.
Not just because they're on the same, because I feel like they balanced the fighting normally. Like, I feel like Obi-Wan and Anakin in episode 3. No, they were on the same level as well, but they was doing madness, bruv. Like, they were just...
Okay, every single trilogy has a different type of fighting stuff, because obviously in the original trilogy, you don't see Darth Vader doing any of that. Like, no, but... brutal with the way he swings. Yeah, but they
fight in that closer to how we fight in this trilogy. I feel like in the prequel trilogy, it was over the top. Like, they was doing way too much. Like, man, spinning moves and... bouncing up and down, and like, it was just too much.
It's not. I don't think it's the level of this, because here there is everything. Like, if you go back to episode 1, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan and Maul,
that's legit.
That's legit.
Same thing, though.
But at no point you see like Force being like combinations with the thing. Not bruv. Not in detail. You know what I'm saying? Not bruv.
No force with the
Bruv,
the
I'm not saying
fighting,
there's no
sword
force,
fighting.
bruv. It is the level is better here. Like it goes more into details and stuff like that, bruv. So to me, like, and there's been a lot more, bruv.
I feel like it's more impactful.
A lot more, bruv. Like even with the elements around, bruv, it's peak, bruv. It's peak. So to me, this is the best lightsaber fighting that we've ever had. To me,
I definitely agree with that.
And Mo was my guy.
So
what
do you think? What's better?
Number 3. That ending right there with Obi-Wan and what do you call it? Anakin. That's probably the best.
It's a madness.
It is a madness.
I'm talking about the
for me,
actual, like the lightsaber, like, bruv.
I'm not saying this one's bad, but okay.
I'm not saying you are saying this is bad, but
Yeah.
I just want to talk to you about that. You don't think that's just so
Even if it's
over the top?
like, even if it's over the top, that's the way they were sword fighting then. Even though, like you're saying, like there's one point where they're just spinning for bare long, and then they got to read each other's moments before they can one could counterattack.
Obviously, it's a study thing, innit? Like it's not. I'm just gonna be here hack and slash, innit? Like
Nah, man. I think that they just tried to make it too cool in that movie, and it comes off dead, fam. Like, but what your explanation of it is a good one. Like, because I guess that was before episode 4, 5, and 6. So the ancient way of fighting could have been like that. But I think even in that, I prefer the lightsaber fights, except for that whole scene, not the lightsaber combat there, but the whole scene of Obi-Wan against Anakin. I like that. That's maybe the best whole scene. But the combat fighting, I think the throne room scene in episode 8, for me, is still the best. Rey and Kylo back to back, fighting the guards. And then...
Bruv, even at the beginning, when Kylo is moving to... Right at the beginning of the movie.
He does this.
He did... What? Look, he's gonna
Yeah, bro.
What? I said...
Yeah.
And he flips behind me.
Kylo for the win.
Come on, fam.
I'm not saying
We've
Kylo for the win.
We've never had anything like that.
Kylo for the win.
Nah, bruv.
Kylo for the win.
Crazy, man.
Too funny.
But yeah, look, guys.
So what? You guys got no problems with the movie now?
Problems?
Yeah.
No. I don't have problems because to me,
what's your problems with the movie?
All right. Okay.
Go on.
Like, my problem with the movie, obviously, for me, there are, how can I say, plot holes or
what are plot
ex
holes?
machina, with Finn having the feeling all the time. That for me, I don't know. After a while, I was just like obviously, like you said, he became force sensitive.
Not became.
He's not
became.
became.
From the beginning.
He's been force sensitive.
From the beginning.
So from episode 7, he was force sensitive. Force sensitive.
Like,
Exactly.
No,
What?
it's not.
It's not a superpower, brother.
I know it's not a superpower,
You
but-
can't just be like. For me, the way I see force sensitivity is you're born with it or you're not born with it. But at the same time, because you're born with it, doesn't mean you feel it all the time.
Yeah.
He must have been force sensitive for me because he didn't shoot in the village. Yeah. That he had a feeling, or the force told him not to, or he was touched, or he heard something, whatever. But then maybe because he's been spending more time with Rey, more time with Leia, these things get enhanced in you, and then he can just sense things more. Like he knew when Leia, he didn't know when Leia died. When something happens on the ship, or not Chewie, he's like, oh, that's Rey.
Yeah.
He's like,
Rey died.
Rey died.
No,
yes, no. Yeah, when Rey died,
Yeah,
he felt that. Because he has a connection with her, like, bruv. So I feel like stuff when Rey was in the ship and it was like, oh, it's an old X-Wing. He's like, that's Rey. Like he has a connection to certain things that's enhanced by that. So when I say he's force sensitive, I don't mean he's about to be moving rocks and stuff like that.
Cool,
He's just got a sense. So
I think
well, you just think that was convenient.
Yeah, like in this movie now, man's like, oh, I feel this. I know how this is happening here. I'm like,
I tell you what,
now it's just became a MacGuffin in the movie that man just feels this
it's
happening.
there. It's there. Like
You say it's there, but
the crumbs. Like if you go back to episode 7, like he's already said, man didn't shoot. Man went back to Poe. Yeah. Then when he's in nowhere, what's the name of the planet?
Canto Bight.
Not Canto Bight. Nowhere. Where
Jakku.
Jakku. Man's drinking water. Turns around. He turns around.
Rey's there.
Rey's there.
Bro, Raven's pepper.
Then you gotta think about like you said,
spicy.
the more time you spend with these people, it's gonna enhance. Bro,
I understand. Leia understands.
The flame was there. He just grew. Plus, he's with Leia, fam. Imagine all this stuff he's hearing. Bruv, he's just around all these people that's been there for time. And like I said, to me, he's like Maz, innit? Like Maz's been around these people long enough. So it grows with you. You start to understand and have these feelings, bro. It's just a natural and this is the thing about the Force, fam. The Force is not a thing. The Force is not one set thing, fam. It's just how it is, fam. It's just guidance, fam. Like the same way you have Guardians of the Wheels, fam. Bro, they're not Jedis, but what they were born with, that's what draws them to become a guardian.
That is perfect.
It's like being a monk, fam.
What's my man's name? Donnie Yen's character, fam. I'm forgetting. Yeah, I would say that's where Finn's at. That's where Finn's like that would be the max level of where Finn could get to, something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I don't know.
What else?
That like I was saying, with me and Rey and her arc, I don't know, just being Palpatine's granddaughter, I don't know. I just had issues with that.
Why?
Because obviously like they've been saying from the time, her parents ain't like nothing. Alright, cool, that's fine. Even I was thinking, alright, Palpatine being in this, I'm gonna get to that anyway. Palpatine being in this, I feel like that was a retcon because they took out Snoke, and then it's who's gonna be the puppeteer anyway? Well, obviously they're trying to say they had to rewrite that, but even with Rey, like I already saw more of the anger in this movie than more any of the other movies.
Oh my god!
The anger.
No,
with
Rey. No,
yeah.
wait. That's been in every
movie.
That's been since the beginning.
Yeah, bro.
That's bruv. There's so much of that in episode 7 of her rage. She's always angry.
When she be up Finn. When she rescued
episode 8, Kylo says to her, "I've seen that face. This is the face you made in the forest. You wanted to kill me, fam. That's been there. That has been there, fam. That's been there, fam.
I did tell you to watch the.
That's been there, bro. That has been there, bro. That's been there, fam. That's why I was always like, she's dark side, bro. Because it's there, fam. Everything she does is fueled by rage and anger, bro. It's there, fam. What did you say? Palpatine. What? Wait.
Was a retcon to obviously
retcon.
Okay. The reason, do you know why? For me, it's not a retcon. Palpatine's always been the puppet master. Palpatine in episode 1 was talking about surviving death and all of this other stuff. Palpatine is the one who sent Cypher Diaz to go and do the clones, fam, bruv. All of the evidence that you need is in the first 8 movies, plus 6 seasons of Clone Wars and Rebels, fam. In Rebels, Palpatine's on even more crud. On more crud, bruv. Time travel, bruv. Like, it's mad.
I don't know. For me, just feel like all this was just like.
So Snoke. So yeah. what would your explanation be for Snoke?
I'm not the one writing the movie, so I was like, I can have an explanation.
You can't say, it's a retcon because we killed Snoke, but then say, I don't know what else we would do. What? There should be a new villain.
Like, obviously, I thought the villain would be obviously the First Order, or whatever. Also, I don't know how they would come to do.
First Order.
What was it? Kylo Ren and Hux and that. That's what I meant, because obviously wasn't their mission just to wipe out everyone from the, what do we call it? The Resistance.
No, brother.
Just to take over, what was it?
That's
what?
That's, bro, you gotta go back to, all the way to,
No, but when it happened at the end of number 8, when Snoke was like finished, what was their mission then?
What do you mean?
What was the First Order's mission?
Yeah.
They were trying to kill the rebellion, the rest of the rebellion.
But then Palpatine was talking to them then.
Because
Palpatine didn't reveal himself until the gap in between the movies.
That's my point.
He didn't need to because the final order wasn't ready yet, and he says that. He says we haven't been ready. I've been beating to this. We've been working on this for years.
Like, in the shadows,
yeah, but then he had no choice obviously until Snoke was dead, right? So
he could have sent another Snoke, but why do that when my ships are ready?
Yeah, it's not going to send another Snoke because that would, for me, that wouldn't make any sense.
Plus,
anyway.
time's gone past since then, so things have moved forward. Maybe because you kind of like, for you need like an explanation.
Of course I do.
Like what explanation for what?
But I guess
I'm confused.
But it's not tapped in like we're tapped in.
No, but I don't understand. No, I'm getting confused. So you need an explanation for why Palpatine's back.
No, that is explained within it. So obviously, man said he lives wherever throughout the dark side of the Sith. Everyone lives within him, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. But I'm saying, I feel like it's a retcon because they had a leader from 7 to 8.
which
was Snoke.
And
But he
died,
gets-
and
he
then
gets-
Kylo
he
Ren
gets-
became the supreme leader.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So, but then wasn't their mission just to wipe out the resistance?
the mission
to-
was to wipe out the resistance until the broadcast, and then
Exactly.
Kylo in the scroll it says Kylo Ren then went after Palpatine to make sure there's no one that can challenge his power. As a Sith Lord, that's what you would do.
But he's not a Sith Lord, though, is he?
Kylo's not a Sith Lord.
Yeah, he's not Sith.
He's
is
not
he?
okay. He's not a Sith. But if you're the supreme leader, and you know there's a supreme leader from back day, you should probably go wipe man out. The same way he wiped out.
He doesn't consider himself the Sith, yeah. That's because he's moving.
Yeah, he's a
moving
millennial. He's a millennial.
He's getting past it. The same way. The ruler 2 came. Yeah, that was to wipe out the whole Sith Academy stuff, where it's just like we're all the same. So it's like within generations. Like
I
you
say
move
Sith, but dark
past-
side. Kylo refers to it as being part of the dark
Yeah,
side.
but like-
if there's another dark side user, you want an X-Man. That's normal.
It's just a
regardless of
generational thing, fam.
whether you're Sith or not. So that's what it says in the scroll. Kylo Ren then went on the hunt to find Palpatine to kill him to make sure no one could test his power. That like.
And even then, when he saw him, it was like, yeah, I'm about to kill you right now.
Yeah,
Until
fam.
he put on to him, oh, like, okay, maybe I can use what you have to get to where I need to.
Get
Which
me.
is, it's a Sith. Like, just because he says, I'm not a Sith, like, because to me, bro, even to me, I've always said, yeah, he's not a Sith. Until I got here and I was like, yeah, you was on the path, but you just didn't, you just didn't mess with the old school.
Yeah, bro. He don't read their books.
That's it.
But he's a Sith, bro.
Yeah, but you're on the dark side.
Or was
Yes,
a Sith.
that's what you are.
Anyway.
Martin.
Nah, bro. Cool, bro.
Guys, jump in the comment section below and...
Listen. I don't know how long we've gone, an hour and a half, whatever.
It's mad.
Listen, I'm in the comments. I'm there for all of it.
Jeez.
Put it all down there.
It's a lot,
Everything.
man. It's a lot.
If you ain't subscribed, you know we do this on a regular. We've got a playlist called Sith, Temple, everything Star Wars.
Jeez.
Educate yourself.
Martin.
Educate us. Get me? This ain't a we tell you. This is a conversation. This is a discussion.
I mean, even Palpatine was still learning.
Fam!
He's dead. So what makes you think we're still learning out here, bro? You know
Whether you love the movie, hate the movie, if you're hardcore like us two, if you're casual like Sam, comment section below. All of that. I'm there for it.
Guys, thank you for looking in. This has been our review of The Rise of the Skywalker. Remember, if you ain't got time to sit here and watch us for the next hour or so, you can always go to...
How you gonna say that at the end of the video? Because they would have already listened to this thing.
Bruv, you just gotta say it because, you know, in case... I don't know, bruv. Sometimes they're trying to skip...
If you want to listen to it again...
Yeah, if you want to listen to it again, even, you know...
You know you want to.
Podcast, you know, Stitcher... We're all in those platforms, audible platforms.
Subscribe to the channel.
Other than that, thank you for locking in. I'm Raven the GS.
I'm sorry, Mr. Blitz there.
Joe went further to Southern.
And we'll see you next time.